Hello, Unbrickme here with a look at the top 5 worst remakes of LEGO Technic. So first, let's define a LEGO Technic remake. This is any set that either looks almost identical to something released previously, or something that has the same primary functions, is the same size, but with a different design compared to a previous set. But before we begin, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning platform with thousands of legendary classes. In Skillshare, you can learn to create the perfect LEGO model using SolidWorks, you can learn to make stop-motion LEGO movies, or even make a profit by selling LEGO on eBay. Video by Penny Lane. My biggest takeaway from this class is learning to use a specific editing style, and by taking this class, you can create some amazing LEGO reviews. And guess what? You can have a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium as long as you're one of the first 1,000 people to sign up using my special link in the pinned comment as well as the description of this video. The LEGO Technic race truck of 2015 is easily one of the worst remakes ever. This is pretty much an exact re-release of the 8041 race truck of 2010. I was only able to find two differences between the two models. The sticker on the front bumper has been changed and the wheel discs have been flipped. The original 2010 variant of the set also had a gimmick, being limited edition, and so it had some collector's value to it. When the set was re-released, it was no longer limited edition, and so the desire to collect the old set instantly dropped. On top of that, this set just doesn't offer anything special. It doesn't have a gearbox, it doesn't have power functions upgradability, or anything interesting like that. If LEGO Technic wanted to re-release an old set, why was this one chosen of all things? Why not re-release the legendary 8043 motorized excavator, for example? That would have definitely been a bestseller, and it absolutely would have been considered to be the best set of 2015, even beating the Aurochs. LEGO Technic has some bizarre history surrounding it, and if you would like to learn more about the worst mistakes of LEGO Technic, the rarest LEGO Technic gears, as well as information about the upcoming sets like the Mercedes-Benz e-Tros Tree, then make sure to subscribe so that way you can learn all the secrets of LEGO Technic. But no pressure, no pressure. Next up is the LEGO Technic 4x4 Extreme Off-Roader set number 42099. This was the 4x4 crawler of 2019, essentially a remake of the 2012 one meant to serve as the successor. The problem with this one is just how much of a downgrade it is compared to the 2012 crawler. First of all, in the default configuration, the Extreme Off-Roader is geared to be faster but weaker, meaning it always ends up stalling even at the most insignificant inclines. On top of that, this set came with lower ground clearance than the 2012 or the 2013 power functions crawlers. When I got this set, I had to do two modifications to this set. First, I had to do the single pair gear swap mod to increase the torque, and second, I also had to do a mod to raise the ground clearance. However, out of the box, I should not have to modify LEGO Technic sets in order for them to be good, especially for the full retail price of $250. That's right, despite the set containing only 958 pieces, it was the exact same price as the 6x6 valve articulated hauler, which contained 2,193 pieces. And it contained the exact same amount of electronics as the Extreme Off-Roader. The one from 2012 contained 369 more pieces. I actually ended up finding a really good deal for the 4x4 Extreme Off-Roader on Bricklink, and in total, including the fees and everything like that, I had to pay less than $200, which was quite awesome. However, for $250, you can just get the 6x6 valve articulated hauler, you get a ton more pieces, a fully motorized speed transmission gearbox, and just way more functionality than the Extreme Off-Roader. At number 3, we have the LEGO Technic 9393 tractor, which was released in 2012. The biggest problem with the set is that it is essentially just a copy of the tractor with log loader released in 2010, but without the trailer. Sure, the design is slightly different, like the top knob for the Hand of God steering. However, the design is just way too similar to the previous vehicle. The old set was just taken, the trailer was removed, and the design was changed slightly to make it feel like a new set, when it's absolutely obvious that this was just taken from the older set. The older set was actually quite legendary, since it cost only $60, but it still gave you pneumatics with power functions upgradability. That would be worth about $75 in today's money adjusted for inflation, still much cheaper than anything we have gotten recently that provided pneumatics. Next up, we have the 2009 LEGO Technic tractor with trailer, which I would argue is even worse than the tractor we saw previously, since the front portion is absolutely identical to the one we saw in 2006, known as the 8284 Dune Buggy tractor. The design, the form factor, and absolutely everything about the tractor is identical, with the only exception being that the lime parts are replaced with red ones. I mean, I really don't understand why this design was approved. With only a 3-year gap, Technic fans at the time definitely would have recognized the resemblance to the old one, since it was only made 3 years prior. I would also argue that this is one of the worst LEGO Technic sets of all time, since besides being a complete copy of the Dune Buggy tractor, it also offered very little functionality, basically just steering and a knob to control the linear actuator for the dumping function. It had nothing interesting in terms of being a LEGO Technic set. The LEGO Technic Mobile Crane 42108 was the most disappointing thing since the Top Gear rally car. The only way I can describe the set is if someone sold you an iPhone 4 in 2021 for the price of an iPhone 12. As a longtime Technic fan, it was quite obvious to me that this set was a remake of the mobile crane we got in 2010, set number 8053. Both of these sets contain about the same number of pieces, and they both retailed for the exact same price of $100. The 2010 version contained a distribution gearbox as well as power functions upgradability so that you could make the set motorized. And yet the new one contained no gearbox, no motor upgradability, and absolutely zero interesting functionality. And I get that $100 in 2010 is worth around $120 in today's money. Both of these sets have almost the same number of pieces, and the new one uses way more large Technic panels, which are pieces known to cost more than regular pieces. And I think that instead of putting a focus on the aesthetics, LEGO Technic should have definitely prioritized the functionality in this set. If it contained a gearbox, motor upgradability, or some sort of interesting functionality, then I think this set would have definitely been a worthy successor to the 8053 mobile crane of 2010. If you would like to learn about the biggest mistakes of LEGO Technic or information on the upcoming LEGO Technic Mercedes-Benz Zetros tree, then click on one of these videos right over here. This is your Unbrick Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.